Welcome to the Node.js Node add-on or Node API team meeting for 1st of September 2023. Time flies. We're already in September, unfortunately. Welcome to the before we get started, does anybody have any announcements or news that they'd like to share? Okay, if not, I'm going to bring up the list of issues and share my screen. You get the right one. There we go. Okay, so we just talked about if there's anything new, nothing new to report this week. I don't think there's any updates on the coverage front. Same for the C language bindings. I think those sort of longer term things people are continue to work on, just don't have any updates. Haven't done anything on the debug testing. So I think that takes us to our stale issues and the regular issues. So let's look at the stale issues. So this one, I think, so Vladimir, you're continue to work on this, the implementation, right?
Yeah, I didn't look on this week, but thank you, Gabriel, for your feedback on the PR. I just about this comment you changed, like you said, function is going to return some status. Actually, every time we touch anything concerning garbage collector, we're gonna have crash. So we have no chance to return something small, like we're middle of we can't run JavaScript. Effectively, our code currently would crash. If we don't crash, additionally ourselves will crash at some point.
Okay, yeah. So Michael and Changzhong have convinced me that it's best to crash. But I was just thinking, like, if you don't make the call, then because we've detected that we're in a state where we cannot run JavaScript, so you don't actually call into the engine, right? You're like, can I call into the engine? No. Okay, well, then don't. Right? But yeah, there's nothing you can do, so it's best to just crash.
Yeah, we had the discussion last time, and I think
yeah.
We're all on board with just that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Then this one, I guess Shenzong, I hadn't looked to see is that one made it through yet. Still some. This was the one where I think there might have been some failures, but it was maybe mixed up with some other issues that were happening.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to take a look into the failures. I think I have to check it out.
Okay, so but yeah, so you're still looking at that one. And I don't think there's any updates. So I think that in terms of the stale issues, we're good, unless there's anything people think we should talk about. Not, we can move on to issues. So we have no open pull requests. And in terms of issues, the only one that looks new here is this one. And I think Kevin already answered it. So I don't know, are there any ones on the Node add-on API side that we should chat about? Okay, if not, let's flip over to Node. Yeah, okay. So I think this one is new, but I don't know that there's anything to chat about on that one, right? Otherwise, I don't see anything too new or any ones that we should chat about. Okay. Well, if not, that might be one of our record meetings. It's a good summer, coming off the summer and not too many open issues and no issues, which is sometimes good news. So anything else we should chat about before we close out?
Maybe just I had a little chance to play with that idea of doing an API environment thing and detection, and I don't think it's gonna work. We can still, because like no matter what you do, it seems that the type being reported out of the finalizer is just an API environment. I don't know what to define it as to get it to sort of pass that information back out of the finalizer. You know, the type is kind of encapsulated inside the finalizer, and if the interface is an API environment, then that's all the information you're going to get.
Right. Okay.
You can do it with like you can only do it at runtime. Like you could do subclasses and then dynamic cast.
Right.
But that's too late, you know, because you need this at compile time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I think the feature where you know you declare your finalizer to have, you know, a pure environment, so which means code change by the add-on maintainers, is good, because then, you know, we know it's a pure environment, and then we can fail at compile time if you try to pass it into somewhere that needs a JS capable environment. So at least we'll have that feature, which is in itself quite a bit of value, I think. Because then you don't get crashes. So I'll try to work on that then.
Okay. So that's you had sort of two ideas. There was one which we thought like, okay, we can kind of guess how that might work. And then the other one, which would be like super good magic. So you're thinking the realistic one seems possible. The magic one, yeah, unfortunately.
It's just that, exactly, magic. Yeah, well, who knows? Who knows? Maybe I just don't know enough about C++ templates. But I think if we have the first one, then, you know, later we can add the second one as a feature, for what it's worth. It might just be an evolutionary thing rather than a revolutionary thing.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all. I just played with that a little bit.
Okay. I don't know, Vladimir, if you had a chance to catch up on that, but like Gabriel was suggesting, we might be able to do some C++ magic so that you get a compile error if you do something like if you try and use JavaScript in one of the, without having said that it's a non-pure finalizer. So
yeah, it could be possible, but I think we discussed a couple of weeks ago, but it could be possible that we need to have a lot of changes in our code. So effectively, I believe the whole C++ for Node API should become kind of a template.
Yeah.
In sense, and then we have a special finalizers. We would have to pass special type, right? And in this case, we can do some template magic. But without this overhauling the whole C++ Node API, I don't see how it can
be. It's going to be quite a bit of change. Yeah. Anywho, yeah. So just slowly making progress on that. Not much going on. Just kind of poking around.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Okay. Well, then we'll give everybody the time back, and thanks for coming. And I will see you in 2 weeks, but I'll catch up on what you talked about in next week.
Sounds good. Talk to you.